I don't see how you can hate from outside of the club. You can't even get in. Leg out. Yellow model kid, yellow bottle sipping, yellow Lamborghini, yellow top missing. Yeah, that shit look like the toupee. I get what you get in 10 years, in 2 days. Ladies love me, I'm on my cool J. If you get what I get, what would you say? She wax it all off, Mr. Miyagi. And them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now.
Yeah. All right, well, sound good. Welcome. It's another one. We got Lana here. Wonderful Firefox, ready for action. Because we're guarding more. We need action. We need movement. We need faith, certainly. And we need that strength in you. So go ahead, breathe a little bit. Sit back and get ready. Because we're Dragon Questing today. Once again, gonna go over the, maybe one or two of the Guardian Quest here, and I'm just going to generally discuss and ramble over the topic that, no one is truly a good person. There are no heroes left on this world, you know? And truly and wholly, I don't think there ever was. But before we get into all those deep and dark and dystopian topics, I will do a little story spoiler section as we always do before we get into the rambles on. You gotta know what we're actually doing in the game here. Besides all the wonderful familiar Dragon Quest gameplay that you should be familiar with, my fellow Dragon Quest. Oh, you mean like any JRPG, you'll know what's going on here generally. We have, like I said, Alana here, Squatchan, and I think that's just Duran from Seiken Densetsu here. And during the Guardian's Quest, we're basically just resealing the gate. Gonna have to run a couple of errands for them, collect some meat, and generally the entire nature of this episode is bringing our Guardian Captain, that's the guy we met in this first episode here, bringing his past to light and sort of allowing him to deal with his past mistakes and transgressions while at the same time guarding us all from the horrible mistakes of our past, you know what I'm saying? There are demons that you haven't killed yet. I know it. There are demons that I haven't killed yet. And then we all gotta take steps back and forward at the same time. You know, retrace our steps, not leave our emotional baggage all over the place, you know what I'm saying? It's just like littering. In general, you know, we are in charge of the entire well-being of not only ourselves, but the world. So, if you run around leaving all these broken relationships and people around, then, you know, you're gonna end up with a world full of broken relationships and people. Crazy, right? Pick up your trash, essentially. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're healing some people. We're healing some people and moving some lives. And I believe our first task of the day is going to be collecting some things from a wonderful, what do you call it, sage of sorts? Yes. I actually think I went to the wrong place. A sage from the town. I'm being a little bit of a goofer over here. But anyways, going on to our dystopian topics. Yeah, guys, no one's a real good person. I mean, no one is a true heartful, you know, masterful guardian of love and law and all this bullshit. You know, we all got demons. But I'm going to get a little bit deeper into that. You know, maybe share some anecdotal, some stories. You know, just be a little vulnerable here with my struggles with being, you know, the acceptable human being that I am now. Because, you know, whatever it is, of course, it's always something we're working towards. If you ever feel like, you know, this is it, this is me, you know, I don't need to grow anymore, then yeah, you're probably not someone I ever want to discuss or be around. And you got to really reevaluate the people that you are around in yourself in that state. You know, if this is really your final boss form, then who is in your collective? Because we are the sum of our parts, essentially. And yeah, I feel like a lot through my life, given that we are the sum of our parts, I really didn't care who I was around. Because let's be real, as much as I try to be virtuous and nice to people and give off a general attitude that will leave you with maybe a more positive outlook on life, you know, maybe try to teach some people some shit or whatever. Yeah, life kind of sucks mentally for me. It never really feels good. to just be here, to just wake up and be in this body, in this world. Oftentimes we have to deal with a lot of pain. I deal with a lot of mental anguish from just neurosing over not only my past, but where I will be in the future. I feel like right now, this is very bad to say, but right now, if I could distill it all into a certain moment, I would really like for not much to change in, my general actions and moods throughout the rest of my life. Because when you lock in and you have basically no one in this ghost mode state, you kind of feel like, if the trajectory just keeps going in this way, then maybe I won't have to worry. Maybe it will just fall into my lap in some sort of nestled Christmas care package of what I should do, the plan, the map, the location, the cure. And that's what we all kind of hope for, but it's all very, very smooth right now, and I don't really want much to alter, even in the later years. But I feel like that's just a mental thing, and also a very selfish thing. I feel like we're always gonna change. Always, man. And I just got out of a pretty big change. If you haven't watched the past few episodes, I lost my job. This is my second month of being unemployed. Hopefully training will start next month for the job that I'm getting now, but they haven't gotten back to me about the interview, and I'm just here. I feel like I'm just floating. And if I could stay in this Skinner's box relationship of having a job and not having a job, and working and not working, and vibing and not vibing, and being happy and not happy, and being lonely and not alone, if I could stay in this area, I'm saying, man, for the rest of my life, I feel like it would be cool. Because yeah, it sucks. I wake up and it fucking sucks, but I don't want it to be good. Of course, I'm really scared I don't have a job, but I don't want a job. I just want money. Of course, it sucks that I don't have viewers on here, but I don't want to be perceived and seen by people. Just want to survive. And I feel like we've got way more recognition than I could ever hope for, personally. I love my little 44 dudes here. We got the Japs and the Russians here along with us in America. So, we'll leave a good old comment here. If you're from the NA, reach a hand out to someone overseas if you could. Because I know we're struggling over here. We're struggling over here, guys. So that's one way to connect. I know there's lots and lots of things you could get off your chest. If you have anything you need to confess, I'm not saying you have to or anything, but this is what the episode's about. We're guarding ourselves from the expectation that the world is a happy-go-lucky, beautiful place. You know what I'm saying? Being the guardians of truth. But yeah, we're all kind of trash. We're all kind of trash. Me, for example, I would often disregard my own feelings and opinions on people, even if it might lead to detrimental situations, misconstrued feelings, and the general problem of humanity, communication issues. And why for their sake, I'm saving them, I'm just being nice to them so that they'll carry on. And then you have the people in the opposite direction that do that vindictive shit, and they're like, I gotta get back at them, or I gotta teach them a lesson. We know that's on the surface, it kind of seems bad. But what's worse? They're two sides of the same shitty coin. Just let people know what you're trying to do to them, Lay people out a plan. But at the same time, man, that's not where the general excitement of life lies. And I don't think that's generally the problem in the first place, man. I don't think it's a communication issue all the time, I really think it's sometimes an over-communication issue. Sometimes we know too much. Oftentimes, I think, way more often than not. People crash out over too much information. Yeah. I mean, I like to give out facts, I like to give out tips and opinions, but I'll have to truly stop myself. If you ever hear me telling you about a surefire model for how to live life or whatever the fuck, if you ever catch me selling a course or something, it's not how life works, man. We all have different methods. I really wish there was something we could we could all come into consensus on, but I really don't think that's a general way human knowledge has ever worked, and it ever truly will. It's always going to be an ebb and flow of energies. It's going to change with the wind, just because God did not just make man; He made man and woman. So it'll be different. It'll go up, it'll go down, all that stuff. But yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry for peeking the mic there if I did. We're back with our captain here. This is Mr. Dandito, as we met before the first quest. And yeah, we're generally, he's the main character here. We're generally healing his past, his future. We'll learn a little bit more about it, I believe, later on. But for now, we are resealing this gate. As you can see, I can vibe a little bit with this guy. I can gel with him. He seems like, someone who just kind of cares for everyone except for himself. And you kind of got that vibe from him when you first met him, when we were doing the first part of this quest and praying for the things. He's like, I have to do this and this and this and this and this, and then I'll be back, whatever. He gets all this stuff done, and he brings everyone back stuff, and you'll see. It's grown from not the fact that he's just so selfless and he's just a super guardian. It's always grown from pain, and from the fact that no one is truly 100% good. He had to work himself up to be this good. Just like a common media example is good old Batman. It's not like he just woke up and just decided to use all his millions of dollars for crime fighting. They had to kill both of his parents. Had to. Yeah, I don't think anybody just wakes up and decides, yeah, I'm gonna be the greatest, goodest ever. I'm gonna be the goodest of good. I'm gonna good it up. Yeah, it's always born from some trauma or some evil, because the yin and the yang has to exist, right? So I'd say, really relish that mundane. And I think the true problem of today is that we're all trying to be something we're really not. Without the work. You're lying to yourself if you think you're working as hard as you can. I'm saying that. It's a long road, and the only way through is to walk it. Walk it like you talk it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I feel like that's with anything, any career that you want to do, online. It's gonna be long, and honestly, I went through, the whole marketing course thing, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I learned all about digital marketing, internet marketing, all this bullshit. Apparently I have a degree in that, that I have to pay for. And essentially, yeah, it's just time and for sure consistency. But once you lay a really good foundation of just something you like doing, that hopefully has like educational or long, evergreen entertainment value, then you just lock in and do it, no matter who's watching, and just have a day, a time, and you just go for it. But the problem with it is a lot of people, when doing online things or things like that in general, the whole viral pipeline just doesn't exist anymore. And it generally was even like slowly dying, it was kind of dying every time someone went viral, right? Because it's sort of like a pipeline, you shoot in that tiny little dot, that tiny little arrow, and then you get shot out into the stratosphere, and essentially you would go on like the Ellen show or something crazy like that and just become dynamite for literally no reason. And a lot of ways it was monetizable back in the day, a lot of ways it wasn't, but for sure the attention economy kind of got launched in that way, and just basically got inflated and overblown to ever existence. And then once 2020 happened and everybody was online, we became keen into the authenticity of it all. It became too forced, and it's not like being forced can It's not like we should never force anything, or never make forced content, or forcing things is bad, or being inauthentic online. How dare you? Because life is constantly performative, right? So you're always gonna be forcing some shit, especially when there's a camera on you, especially when there's a microphone in front of you, especially with a controller on your hand. You're forcing yourself to press the goddamn button, you idiot. But yeah, we're gonna be forcing things, right? But the problem is, there's just so many people forcing down the pipeline that once that 2020 happened and there was this huge boom, no one was working. Yeah, I don't know. We broke the pipeline. Honestly, there's no way to get shot out in the stratosphere nowadays. You need to just walk or fly or take a boat, or you need a regular mode of travel. We are not using cannons anymore. There is no catapult. There is no nothing. But yeah, consistency. And I would say posting the same time every day really does help with anyone. And you really have to be confident in what you're doing, and really try to make it better, more digestible every day. A lot of people just lock in on some bullshit that they kind of hate, or is kind of okay, because all in all, just like anything else, this can be a very easy career. The problem with me is that I've had a lot of easy, quote unquote careers that I just can't work for because I'm working for someone else. That's my main problem. If I want to boil it down to one main thing, I'm guarding all this bullshit that I just don't care about. you know? So for me, yeah, I would definitely say, something like this, where I go online and also incognito. I feel like that is something that really, really is important when you're marketing, or you're doing anything really for yourself to build longevity. You kind of have to stay very silent and let your actions speak a lot louder than your words. A lot of people, even the people who are quote unquote in your corner, will not be there unless there is a little bit of proof, a little bit of results, social credit, and you really have to build that up from essentially nothing every time, because I know me and a lot of people like me, we don't just try one thing to succeed. Usually we try a lot of things. But yeah, if you want to market something, I feel like when it starts and it sucks is a good sign. It's a really good sign. Oftentimes you really don't hear about the huge successes that happen overnight, 2 years beforehand. So that's the thing. It's a long process, and it may be really long to build that foundation as well, guys. You realize a lot of things had to come together. A lot of things had to come together for me to realize and lock in on what I really wanted to do. Even a message I wanted to send. Because I'm not here to be, God. No, I'm not here to be Jesus Christ. I'm not here to bring the second coming of the Savior. I'm here to communicate that, that there are things out there that are better than the mainstream, and it's still connected to the mainstream. It's just a side culture that I want to cultivate, because I feel like there are a lot of people like me that just are kind of afraid. Just like the whole anime era. I feel like all those anime nerds are still there. They're just kind of drowned out by like a whole different breed of anime nerd. If you know what I mean. If you know, you know. But yeah, you got to realize, man, we all will come from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? We're all from that same pure bang. The theory of bang. You were there, I was there, we were all there, beginning of the universe. A little sprinkle, bitch. And because of that, I feel connected to a deeper spirit right now. I feel connected to the tribe of smugglers here. You know what I'm saying? Of dudes, guys, gals. Well, we'll be doing a lot more VTuber cosplays as well. I hope you guys like the ones I have right here. They're very cute. But yeah, it's generally a very funny thing, when you just tap into your main intuition and you decide, yeah, whatever, fuck it. I'm just gonna do me, because for a long time I was watching the good old tales of old, plays of old. As I was going back to the charts, and that whimsy that pure, that I was there. I watched it back and I'm like, ugh, it's so cringe, it's so annoying, so frustrating that I wasn't more. But now it's like frustrating that I don't know how to boil down to that. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we just bring it back down to a digestible level? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, a lot of times we don't have that confidence or that respect to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You have to truly embody, I guess, what you want from the rest of the world. But for a long time I was like, I don't wanna jump back into that area. It's so cringe. It's so annoying. But yeah, it may be bad. I'll probably make 1,000 bad episodes before we make one good episode. But you need the bad. There's no good. There's no good, bad. There's bad, good, bad. So we all kind of fuck this up. Truly and honestly. But I'm not saying that's a horrible life, horrible way to live. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And don't be too hard on yourself. I feel like that's my main thing. Like I understood this as a very young child, but I was always like, I gotta be better. That's why I made those first videos and I had fun. But just gotta make everything so perfect. It's so amazing. I was trying to be the perfect deceased crab or something like that. Because I used to watch a bunch of Let's Plays before I even made mine. It was early days of YouTube, but it was still pretty late. Like maybe 5 years into YouTube days. I don't know, what was it, 2014? 15? 13? I have no idea. Probably like 14. But, yeah, the perfection, I believe I stopped because one of my parts was like desynced or something, like the audio was bad. And I was like, I can't upload this because the audio is bad. And then I tried to like replay it, and then I saved over the save or something like that. So, yeah. I assure you guys, if I forget to record some footage, we'll just move on. And also, I'm such a perfectionist that's part of the reason why I'm playing like 2 files at the same time, So it never really died. But I'm not mad at myself. I'm still bad. I'm still bad at life. I still make a lot of the same choices I did back as a child, of course. I'm often touted. Dragon Quest is my favorite video game series. And I don't think that's a bad thing. Our childhood will make us in. There's a reason why PTSD is a crazy disease that everybody almost fucking has. Because your childhood matters a lot. And you can either make that a good thing or a bad thing. I think there was a study, and the reason why Disney is doing so many remakes right now is that, like, their adolescent years, like, I think 14, 13 to, like, 20 ago, is when you develop all of your your childhood memories or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the exact nature of the data or quote is. I'd have to look that up. I might put it on the screen first, but yeah, my takes are dying. As you can see, also we are barely surviving this fight. But don't worry, I think I actually do win. I think I'm just giving you guys a show here. Just chill out, man. Chill out. I got this. But yeah, our buddy definitely let those guys through while we were running around and doing a bunch of bullshit for him. So it is what it is. Gots to kill some monsties. This is not the only time we will be killing a bunch of monsters here for this quest because yeah, they like to use this arena a lot. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they are really recognized. Do I really win this? Goodness gracious. I'm panicking. I'm literally sweating right now. Like my hits are a little. Ooh, smell that wet. Yeah, we don't win. Oh my goodness. I probably just go right back in because I definitely didn't have my New Game Plus character on the right summon. That's why we love the Druid. They're a very versatile class. You just change them to one different tactic. They just summon a different, genie, and suddenly you win the fight, right? It's crazy. But yeah, we gonna run that back. We gonna run that fuck back for sure. For sure. I will not leave you there. I promise you. We're not next episode in this one. I'm gonna take you right through. Because I may not be the best person. I may not be the goodest person. But I'm alright enough. I'm alright enough to give you what you need, what you deserve, baby. You know, we've made it far enough through this episode. We're at least a good 10 minutes in. I have no idea though. My sense of time is super off, to say the least. I've just been having an off day. In general, I will say, beginning of September here, a lot of things are changing. We're basically at the end of version 3. I can just say version 3 is over now. You know, I might as well. I imagine the other episodes and quests I've done have been supplementing the areas in between. I'm hoping to get to 3 videos a day eventually, you know, and I want to start doing some reactions too, but that's more channel talk, you know. I'd rather bring it back over here to just generally my day, you know, and over here in the holy time of September, of fall, it feels very, very strange because like things are happening, changes are happening, but I'm just kind of flowing into it, you know? Weird things too, and I'm just kind of like, whatever it goes. And I know sometimes in my life when weird things have happened, I've been more panicked, I guess, but I don't know, it feels good to just let it flow, let it show. And I'm not just talking about like weird occurrences, because I am going inside a lot more and just kind of trying to observe things and people and just do what I want, you know, have fun, because I really do enjoy just walking outside and exploring the physical expression, you know what I'm saying, and the air is very nice. I feel like I just have dry skin, but I need like moisture all over me. And there's a very moisture feel here outside, so I'm very happy. In this early fall weather, it's very nice. And it's gonna get colder, but I'm digging it right now. Yeah, but today, for example, I do have food. I do have everything like ready and prepared and shit. I'm not hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. It's about 7 p.m. It feels a little weird. I mean, oftentimes I forget to eat, but I didn't really like forget. I just kind of like, we'll wait until we vibe it out. You know? I feel like intermediate fasting in general, you know, it's good stuff. And I don't know, man, just cooking's not my forte. I tried to lock in with the meal prep and all that bullshit. That just grocery store, for example, just fucking sucks, man. I feel bad, you know. I feel bad for going there, but yeah, it's way too expensive now. Because I generally just buy like smoothie stuff. I had to welcome to the wrong place. The Winn Dixie's crazy. Whoa! Frozen fruit, maybe not the way. Maybe fresh fruit, but then I don't want to go there. You know, so it's a struggle. It's a struggle. People, am I right? But yeah, meal prepping. I feel like if I can learn to just live on less and chill, you know, like it's not like a learn to eat to sustain. And that's the crazy thing about life, man. Like your stomach will kind of like shrink to acclaim to your diet, you know, your style, your lifestyle choice. So I was really true, but I just kind of drink my calories now. Like I had how many drinks have I had? Like I've had like 3. Yeah, 2 including this one. Yeah, so three shakes today. 2 of them had protein. So I'm pretty good. Pretty set, you know? I don't know how many calories that is. It's probably like 1,000. So it's like half my daily calorie count. And then, you know, I'll make up some tomorrow if I need to. But that's never like I did do a lot of stuff today. Like I said, weird things have just been happening, so today I went to the park. And you know, you just people watch and you see things that are just off filter, you know what I'm saying? And I just kinda keep it pushing. But today was one of those days where we're all just kinda like lined up, you know, lined up. row of angles, if you will. And I don't know about you, but I'm one of those people that just neuroses over anything. So when things are too good, I also neuroses over that. You know what I mean? So I once again, I'm not the one to tell them yes, you're here. You're stuck with me, subscribe. And look, we did it this time. Look, I told you, man. All you need to do is shift the tactics a little bit. We had Squaw Hill, like she's supposed to. It's okay. It's okay. We're all good. Dai Bojo. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it after this quest. I'm cringing too hard at my own adequacy. And my breath takes, but yeah, it's the general takes here, man. Don't stress, we all kind of fucking suck. We all, don't you know I know it. You know it. We know, whoa it. Show it. Get the high and then you get to low it. Close that mouth, bitch. Yeah, man. Generally, we're gonna fuck up. Setsu, you did fuck up. You are indeed a fuck up. But you know what? That is okay. That is okay. That's the thing, man. The true people you have to watch out for are the people who are like, I don't. My mistakes? What? You know what I mean? Accountability is very powerful, and then oftentimes people abuse that power, of course. But used properly, it's not only attractive, but it's gonna show people their own darkness. So very, very easy to crash out, very easy to crash out around one of them accountability tabs, And chill out on other people, man. Not everybody has to do this. I realize it would be a wonderful, happy-go-lucky place if we were all super accountable. Not happening. 110% not happening. The world's vibing off of the chaos, man. It's vibing, and I'm not gonna lie to you one bit, man. It's a damn choice. That's why God put us here to make it. So, you got yours, I got mine. And excited from a very young age, man. It's not something you really need to advertise. Just make your fucking choice. And it sucks because I really don't want the attention, but when you don't advertise, that's when people will, I wonder what his choice is. So if you're someone who wants attention, that's something you can look forward to, I guess. But I feel like just wanting it is going to naturally make you really anti-magnetic. So the wonderful conundrum of life. This is why I'm like, man, this shit sucks. It doesn't make sense. We don't need to be here. I wish it was some kind of alien creature. It should just fly off, you know what I mean? It's tragic, but you see too much and you're like, you know what, man? I'm good. Not good, bad, but I'm good. I'm good. Anyways, people, next time we're gonna be righting our wrongs, as if it could ever happen. But yeah, join me. We'll do more Guardians. We'll be Lombardians. We'll lump the Dardians. We'll slump the Dardians. Subscribe on that.
And them suicide doors, Ari Kari. Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, I'm getting paper. Look at me now. Oh, look at me now. Yeah. Fresh than a motherfucker. Little nigga bigger than gorilla, cause I'm killing every nigga that can try to be on my shit. Better cuff your chick, if you with it, I can get it, and she accidentally slipping fall on my dick. Oops, I said on my dick. I ain't really mean to say on my dick, but since we talking about my dick, all of you here to say hi to it. I'm done.
Hell, Breezy, let me show you how to keep the dice rolling when you're doing that thing over there, homie. Hey, let's go! Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta...